Hey guys, I'm Mezzy, and this is the guide for the Spoils of Pandaria, the 10th encounter in the Siege of Orgrimmar raid. In this encounter you do not fight a boss, but you have to fight a lot of different mobs instead. The room is divided into 4 quarters, 2 of them are Mantid quarters and 2 of them are Mogul quarters. You split the raid into 2 groups, one will start in the Mantid quarter and the other in the Mogul quarter. Whichever race you faced in the first quarter, you will face the opposite one in the second one. The goal is to open enough crates to defeat a series of mobs. Once these die, energy will be sent to levers. When they get to 50 energy, you can use them. And to get to the second quarter, both the groups have to have pulled their levers before the time expires. In the second quarter, the same applies and you will have to pull the lever once 50 energy is released. There are different types of crates. Massive ones give you 14 energy, stout crates give you 3 or 4 energy, and lightweight crates give you 1 energy. What we found is that we get exactly 50 energy when we kill all of the crates except for one massive one. You always want to open a few lightweight crates while you are dealing with a massive or stout crate creature, so that these can be cleaved down. There are many mobs in each quarter, so today we'll go over the different spells and mechanics you especially need to watch out for. Let's start out with the positive crates first. In each quarter you can find a few Pandarian crates, which you can easily identify by the green paw on the outside. You will want to open these first. If you open these, a Pandarian spirit will spawn and they need to be killed. Afterwards they will drop an orb that you can click and they will buff players of a certain role depending on which Pandarian it was. Brewmasters have a keg toss and a fire breath you need to spread for. Once the Brewmaster dies, he drops an orb that gives tanks the blade of 100 steps above. This can proc once every 15 seconds, dealing damage and stunning mobs. Mistweavers have a crane kick that you need to move away from. When this one dies, it drops an orb to give the healers the Staff of Resonating Water buff. This has a chance to cause a healing tidal wave to proc. And finally, the Windwalkers can use Path of Blossoms, which leaves a row of fire flowers which on contact do damage. Avoid walking over these. When the Windwalker dies, it drops an orb giving the buff Claw of Burning Anger, allowing DPS to do 115k extra fire damage every 5 seconds. So let's go on to the Mantid crates. The Mantid massive crate mob puts debuffs on players called Set to Blow, putting 4 bombs on that player. They can use their extra action button to drop the bombs on the ground, which will explode after their timer goes off. You need to put these bombs in corners and places where crates have already been cleared up. The Amber Priests cast a healing buff called Residue, which needs to be dispelled. Dodge the windstorms from the wind wheelers and dispel the rage of the Empress buffs they can cast. Bombardiers throw bombs you need to spread for and not walk into wind zones that they leave behind. When Kunchongs are up, you will have to move away from the pheromone clouds. And finally, if you don't have an Enrage Dispeller, the tank will have to kite Warcallers when they enrage. So let's move on to the Mogul crates. The massive Mogul crate summons an Elder. They each have a spell that damages those near the Elder, so keep your distance. Their second ability is Return to Stone, damaging random players and summoning a stone statue from them. These stone statues give the Elder a stacking damage buff, so kill these statues as soon as they spawn to get rid of the buff. Anima Golems should be moved out of their healing void zones. Golems can also use Scramble Matter to summon 2 light beams in which a player needs to stand in each, to not let it cause harm to the raid. Ritualists should be moved from their Runes of Power. Both the healing zones from Golems and the Runes of Power can be used by the players, so use them when you can. The Torment debuff increases in damage every few seconds, but when it's dispelled it resets and moves to a new player. So let it hit for a few ticks before dispelling it. Torment gets completely removed when the Ritualist dies. The Hardened Flesh debuff of Animated Stone Mogul casts should be interrupted and otherwise dispelled. Quillen Guardians can easily be cleaved down. And lastly, Sparks of Life need to be killed by the ranged DPS as they explode after they die, so the melee need to keep away from those. Both sides come down to practice as there are many different types of mobs. Always keep opening crates when others die. And always keep just 1 massive or 1 or 2 stouts with a few lightweight crates up at the same time. As we found, you can get enough energy by dealing with just 1 massive per area and clearing out the rest of the crates, which I highly recommend you do so. You should use heroism when things get tough, but if things are going well you can use it when you open the massive crate in the second quarter. Lastly, don't forget to open the Pandarian crates one at a time as soon as possible, so you can make most use of the buffs they give you. Good luck in getting this encounter down. If you liked this video, please comment and subscribe. If you want to watch the entire fight, feel free to watch the rest of this video. I'm Mezzy, and I'll see you again next time.